I request Father to welcome Fraser, sir.
Fraser Korea.
Come here. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Father. Mr. Fraser, we are truly honored to have you among us. Mr. Fraser is a remarkable person who has achieved great success in his professional life. He has completed his BSc IT and currently receiving MBA. He has made significant impact in profession as he is working in a reputed company Burns and McDonald as a project manager. Sir, we are sincerely grateful for your presence today and eagerly look forward to the insights you will share with us.
I don't like sirs. I am not a sir and I don't do a teaching profession. So today we are not going to do a teaching, okay? We are going to have something which is going to be different, something that you usually do it with your parents, something that you usually do with your friends, and something that you usually do with the people around you and not with your teachers. So what am I going to do today? I am going to be a person who is going to be kind of a friend, a brother or something like this, so that you can ask me your questions and that should be without any fear or any kind of hesitation. Now, can anyone tell me what is artificial intelligence? What is artificial intelligence? You are the people of the generation which currently are much more known about this technology than me or father here or any other teacher here. What are we doing here? What are we having? What is artificial intelligence? You won't just get answers from me. I'm not going to talk about it here directly. You don't have any answers until and unless you think about it. So you are intelligent, right? Everyone is intelligent here. So what is artificial intelligence to you? You can raise your hand, yes. A code which writes its own function. Does it have brain to write its own function? Things like, right? Something like this. So you might be right, but you're not. Why? Because artificial intelligence is not just intelligence. It's more like, if you see, it's a simulation of human intelligence. It's not just intelligence, it's a simulation. What's a simulation, guys? What do you know by simulation? It's behaving like humans. It is not human. It cannot write its own codes. It cannot write anything on its own. It cannot even write a single A. A, B, C, not possible. Why? Because artificial intelligence says that it has to be taught first to start writing. It has to be understood. It has to have an understanding about it. So today we are not going to talk about how artificial intelligence is. We are trying to identify this artificial intelligence as of now. So if you see, simulation of human intelligence and helps automate complex process, yes, it does help you to automate complex and processes that usually take time to run. It minimizes the downtime or it predicts when a system might go into a maintenance or it is expected to be serviced. Okay, you have your cars at home, you have your bikes at home, your parents do own something and they do a regular maintenance on day-to-day basis. What do? They send it to a service center, get it repaired for the normal wear and tear. The same thing artificial intelligence can predict based on time. It can predict on time, it can predict on the situations, it can predict on the past data, how the user has behaved or how the machine has behaved before it needed servicing. So it records the data and keeps a track of it. and it improves in accuracy and your decision making process. So what does it do in decision making? How does it decide about itself? Do you think artificial intelligence is going to decide आज मैथ्स वाला सब्जेक्ट नहीं पढ़ना है, आज साइंस नहीं पढ़ना है, आज इंग्लिश ही पढ़ेंगे? पॉसिबल? Are they going to just go and say, I don't like maths, I am not going to do it? Is it that case? Do you think artificial intelligence doesn't have that kind of brain or that kind of understanding? It will do that process. A human will make it do the decisions, but whatever decisions we make to support it, the artificial intelligence can help to analyze that data. Artificial intelligence is majorly developed upon what? It's majorly developed upon data. What data do we have? What is it that matters to us? What is that information that matters to me is going to be considered in terms of when I'm talking about artificial intelligence. Now, moving on to the next one, if we see who invented it, if you see this person was the person who is called as the father of artificial intelligence. What did he do? What did he do here? So there was a question which was asking if computers are capable enough to compute and solve. What did this guy do here? So he wrote a paper. Now what is a paper, you might ask me, right? What is a paper, guys? It's just a question paper and an answer sheet that you fill up? No, it's about a thought process. It's about, he penned down his thoughts about what artificial intelligence was, how does it have to behave, what does it have a person to expect from an artificial intelligent machine or intelligent machine. Now, a question to you. When did this guy start his theory, or when did he write this up? If you see, his photo is in black and white and a color photo which is old. So what do you think, where is this person's age coming from, or when did he write this up? Any thoughts? 2000. Someone said 2000. When is it? 1990s. Okay, that's a good answer, somewhere near. Any thoughts?
Sir.
He started writing this somewhere around in 1950s. 1950. आज से कितना साल पहले? How many years from now? 70 years. You know the computers, what is the age of the computer? When was computer invented? I don't think so. You all pay attention in the classes, right? During the World War II. And World War II, when did it happen? Somewhere around in 1947, somewhere, right? 39, right? So 39, World War II के बाद people started having something called as a computer, and computer came into existence. Computer, within few years of computer's existence, people started thinking artificial intelligence, and till today, have you perfected it? No, we have not perfected artificial intelligence as of now. What have we perfected? Nothing. What are we doing? We are growing. Okay, so this guy, John McCarthy, was the person who started, and he penned down this concept called as artificial intelligence. So he is considered as the father of artificial intelligence. Now, you might consider I am talking about artificial intelligence. Tell me more about it, or what is it? How do I identify it? So there are few types of artificial intelligence. So can someone tell me what are the types of artificial intelligence? Types, classification, or what do you consider as an artificially intelligent system? Yes? What is an artificial intelligence system? Which of it is considered as it? Yes? Okay, everyone, how many of you guys love cars? Mercedes, BMW, Volkswagen, Maruti. Coming up, Maruti बोला तो बहुत हाथ उठा है. Okay, so Mercedes no one, right? And how many people are interested about Tesla or Telsa? Oh, right. It's Telsa, right? Or Tesla? It's Tesla, right? So what's Tesla doing? What is its speciality, guys? It has autopilot. मतलब हवा में उड़ने के लिए उसको ऑटोपायलट लगता है. It's a self-driving or a autopilot. Now autopilot has a different meaning. Self-driving has a different meaning, guys. The words do matter, and they will be mattering in terms when you are speaking about it. What does it matter? So self-driving cars, what do? They drive on their own. मतलब रास्ते पे कोई किसी को नहीं देखता, सीधा आगे चला जाता है, right? No. Then how does it work? Self-driving cars. Yes. How do they work? It works on sensors, right? But just the sensors? Sensors तो तुम्हारे पास भी है, 6 senses, right? You have 5 senses. You can drive the car directly, right? You need to learn it, right? So self-sensing, or basically it does not just sense it. It does process information. What information? So a lot of information is being processed in terms of what? In terms of images, in terms of infrared signals, radio signals. It collects a lot of data per second and then processes. So if you see, we have 4 types of artificial intelligence classifications. Okay, so I am talking about classifying a artificial intelligence machine. Okay, so first is called as reactive machines. How many people watch Netflix? A lot of it, brother. Every person is paying 200 rupees per month for the subscription. Okay, मम्मी डैडी को पैसा पॉकेट में दिया तो नेटफ्लिक्स देखो, राइट? Okay, Netflix, Amazon Prime, or any application for that instance, what does it do? You know, you start watching Korean drama. People laugh, right? You start watching Korean drama and everyone watches it. Once you start watching it, what happens? They will start giving you suggestions on that only. Do you get Bollywood and Hollywood suggestions after that? No. At the initial level, when you started your first time, when you opened up your device, you did not have Korean drama as an option. Because it's not your mother tongue, or it's not something that you will be watching. But slowly and steadily, once it started giving that suggestion, or you started watching it, एक episode, 2 episode, 3 episode, पूरा season, 2 season, slowly and steadily what happened? You start getting suggestions based on it. Guys, watch anime, right? How many people do watch anime? Oh, a lot of it. Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, what else? A lot of it, right? A lot of it, and you get more, or do you get less of it? You get more and more options out of it, right? So that's basically a reactive machine which learns your recommendations, और it recommends based on your surfing history. YouTube पे अगर कुछ सर्च करना चालू करो तो you start getting suggestions to the same. Instagram पे किसी को follow करो या फिर किसी को देखो तो उसके बाद क्या होता है? You get similar suggestions. The people interested in painting will see 1 or 2 sketching videos. You start getting suggestions based on it. You get suggestions. So AI is basically working, और आर्टिफिशियल, तुमको लगता है कि कोई पीछे बैठ के या फिर एक पर्सन बैठेगा और आपको सजेशन देते रहेगा? It's not a shop, and it's not a single user. How many users do we have? We have millions of users in one single application. If you see Netflix has like what, 1.2 million or 2 or 3 million people, 3 million मतलब 20 लाख से 30 लाख लोग देखते हैं. At the time, suggestions given to 20 or 30,000 people, it will be difficult to give a suggestion to 10 or 20 people. The system can give suggestions to more than 30 people. Okay, so that's artificial intelligence. It processes the data day and night without getting tired. Okay, then you have limited memory type of machines which are being taught. Now the example of the car which we considered, it was a simple car, right? As of now that car is doing what? It does information processing, but it has a limited memory. What? तो वो second या फिर next 2 to 3 seconds it's going to process that data, it's going to use that data, and that's it, nothing beyond it, nothing beyond that, nothing is going to happen out of this. But what will happen with this limited amount of data is it does the same mistake back again and again. It does the mistakes that are same and redundant. Okay, then you have something called as theory of mind. So theory of mind, what does it mean? If you see the example I have given, Chitti of the movie Robot, how many people have seen it? Oh, good. So that Chitti says it 1 terabyte memory processing and all that stuff, right? He gives information about him. What is that? You know, he is a theory of mind. What theory of mind says is that person has a thought process, but he doesn't have one thing. That is, what was he missing? Yes? The starting part of the movie where Chitti was introduced, he was going to save the people, but what happens there? He misses out on feelings, emotions, right? He misses out on emotions. That's the problem with a robot. It doesn't sense or it doesn't feel that emotion. But then there comes in a new artificial intelligence concept called as the self-awareness. Now what does a self-awareness mean? You know, self-awareness does not just mean it's aware about itself. So I have written Skynet from movie Terminator. How many people know this? It's okay, right? Skynet. How many people know the movie Terminator? Oh, okay. So quite a lot of people are not watching old movies. Okay, go and watch this movie. You will get a understanding. So this Skynet, the reason I have taken this example is trying to kill a person in the past to save itself from its extinction. So this system is aware about itself. That awareness of its own extinction is been considered, and this system understands that if I don't kill that person, now then there comes in a Terminator, then the other person, there are multiple people that show up there. That thing, whatever it processes, okay, it talks about time travel and stuff, which is not a part of topic now. But artificial intelligence was self-aware that if I don't kill that person, I'll get killed in the upcoming times, and that makes it a self-aware system. Okay, now the next one, if we move ahead, sorry. Okay, so artificial intelligence is divided into 3 types. Okay, again it's going to be the kind of a similar one, but this is going to be a more detailed part of it. So artificial intelligence is first, which is called as a artificial narrow intelligence. Now what does it mean? You have your Alexas, right? How many people do have a Alexa at home? Google Home, Google Nest, the round one, which okay, some. And what else do you have? Siri, HomePod. मोबाइल में वो Hey Google है कितने लोगों के पास? How many people use it? Hey Google, search me this, search me that, right? You guys use it, right? So that's the first type, which is called as a narrow intelligence. Now you see that I am not talking about ChatGPT. How many people have used it? ऐसे लिखने के लिए बहुत काम आता है, right? Yes. आज सबकी पोल खुल गई. Okay. Now teachers have to become more smarter than you guys. That's the bigger challenge. But you know this chat GPT, or you talk about AI generative text. Now talk about this Cortana or Hey Google, Alexa. What are those? Or Siri, for that instance, Siri. What are those? They are called as narrow intelligent systems. Why they are narrow? Because at a certain point of time they don't understand your question. Talk in English or Hindi. Talk in Hindi plus English, they find it challenging to process. They will take more time to process it. Talk in some question which is very personal to you, they can't answer it. They don't understand that part. So that's basically a machine learning, but it's growing and evolving day by day. So artificial intelligence or this machine learning, or basically when I'm talking about Alexa or Google, they collect your data. They understand what sentences you are asking, what phrases that you provide, and based on it they generate a new solution for it. So next time when a certain user uses it, it's going to be more than useful, and it's going to result into something new. Now then you have a machine intelligence, which is referring to a computer, or it's a general intelligence. So a computer becoming smart enough to identify and understand its needs. Okay, not its needs in terms of what it needs as a power upgrade or something like that. No, but it will be easily able to answer your questions and think independently. And then comes in super intelligent artificial intelligence, which technically works on what, you know? It works on emotions. It says, I am hungry. Hungry is an emotion. I am angry. It's an emotion. The computer will feel emotions, and once it happens in, that becomes a super intelligent system. Now, the next one that we have is the branches. Okay. Now, it is again division, but we are just talking about the machine level, or the first type that is existing. The other two types are not existing as of now. So the computers are not intelligent enough to write their own code. They don't write anything. They just do is they compile or compute or process something that is existing. Now computer vision, so computer can think about it. Okay. So what vision it works upon is, computer will look at some of this information. Example, if I am going to give, you have seen some places where there are cameras on the signal, and if you break a signal, you are going to get fined for it. There is no person sitting behind. There is a machine that will be able to generate. कितने लोगों के फोन में फेस अनलॉक है? Most of you guys have your phones face unlocked, right? How does it happen? Fingerprint. Fingerprint is a biometric sign, or a face is what? A face is a biometric, and it analyzes your face and then opens up your phone. So you can open my phone anytime, right? No, you cannot open anyone's phone other than your own, until and unless you have put up your image, or you have synced your facial recognition information onto it. Okay, so that's basically a computer vision. Then there is a fuzzy logic. Fuzzy logic works on something called as recently you must have heard about ADAS, automatic driver assistance system, or it's basically going to be something like, there is a risk involved in front. So current speed is, I am running at 80 kilometers per hour. Okay, I see there is a car in front of me. My mind tells me what? I need to slow down, right? But कभी slow down करता हूँ मैं जब भी उसके वो कार के back lights or your brake lights are turning red on. Then only I will be thinking that it's going to stop and I need to take a pause, I need to divert myself from it. So I break down in that situation. ADAS, or basically fuzzy logic, works on the same situation. It does not have any memory, but it has been given some instructions. ये certain condition fulfill होगा तो driver को alert करना है. There are systems which are, if you go to sleep or you feel dizzy, they will intimate you that you are feeling dizzy and you need to take a break. That is called as an ADAS system, or that's called as a smart fuzzy logic system. Then there are expert systems which are basically expert in some subject matter. Technically they will be only expert in one of the topic. And then you have robotics, which interests us, right? So robotics also do not have any emotions, but they are developed to do certain tasks, not all of it. Okay. Then you have machine learning, which machines learn on their own, and every time they grow one by one, they learn new things and they record that information. And then comes in this chat GPT, which is based on something called as neural networks. Neural networks, what do you think it is? Neurons. Heard about it? Science mein padha hai. Your brain is made up of multiple neurons. Neural system works on a neuron based system. Okay, so neurons control what? Your body, right? It controls a specific machine, or it controls a specific part of your body. So that neural networks help you to do. And there is natural language processing, which is your artificial intelligence Google Home, or your Google OK Google, or your Hey Siri. It works on a natural language processing. So it processes that language, it understands it and presents you the results based on it. Okay. Now, what are the advantages? So I'm just going to go quickly on this. I'm not going to spend much time because every one of us now is aware of what are possibilities. See, AI does not sleep, AI does not get tired. So it's going to be more like, it's, if you give a job to a AI or an artificial intelligent machine, it's going to be very perfect. It's going to be as it is, as you want it. But you put a simple deviation on it, or simple route, or basically you divert it from something, it's going to go, it's not going to give you results. Reason being, artificial intelligence cannot think on its own, but it is always good at its detail-oriented job, reduces the data or heavy task, whatever has been done for the data. So artificial intelligence is based on data. You know, as of now, how much data is produced per minute? In India, let us talk about Maharashtra, or just talk about PALGHAR. How much data do you think is produced in a minute? It's in petabytes, or not even terabytes. Terabytes are 1000 GB, right? It's thousands and thousands of GB. And that's every minute, every second is producing data. As of now, there is a huge amount of data that has been transferred here. You see? No. You see, there is a mobile that is recording it. There is a presenter that is presenting. All of it is data. And all of it works in some or the other way. Okay? Now, delivers consistent results. It saves labors and increases productivity. Can improve customer satisfaction with the help of what? So there are AI chatbots which help you to take in your feedbacks, give you some solutions, and then AI powered virtual agents that will be always available. So you go for any banking website, they are built on something called as chatbots, which are 24/7 available to your service. Okay. Now, what are the disadvantages? Disadvantage क्या हो सकता है? So it's going to be lack of creativity. It's going to do the same job, same way, the same time. Every time it's going to be doing the same thing again and again. It's not going to change or divert itself from the whole process of learning. Okay, it's not going to create something new. When you write a question or an answer to a question, it's going to be always what? It's going to be different than what you wrote previously. Always. If you try to write the answer from the textbook, even if you are copying it, you are going to copy it in that way. You are going to always do it creative. So that AI will be lacking. Absence of empathy. Empathy is I feel for that emotion, or I feel the emotion, I am empathetic, I want to do good to the system. That's going to be absent here. Then what will happen is you are going to be lazy enough. Okay, because AI is doing the work for you. You are not going to do that work again, right? So that's a skill loss in humans. Possibly that we will be over resilient on this or reliable on this AI systems to make my order. Next time you will be doing is, okay Google, order me a pepperoni pizza from McDonald's. Is it possible? As of now, it's not possible. Next time it might be. I can go in a shop and come out of DMart में जाते हो. DMart में जाने के बाद checkout करना पड़ता है. There are shops that are coming out. There are DMarts or something like a superstore coming up where you just pick up a product and it deducts money from your wallet. Possible. AI can do that. AI can charge you for whatever you are picking. Once you keep it down back again, it will refund you that money as well. Possible. Within a fraction of second, these things can happen in. So this will be creating laziness in humans. Okay. Then there would be a job loss for sure. If I'm doing 10 people's job is a machine doing, so that 10 people are going to be jobless. But are you going to be jobless in future? No. Because if you think that you are going to be jobless, think about it 50 years before this, or 20 years before this. There was a technology where people used to write it on pen and paper. People were writing on pen and paper. As of now, everything was digitalized here. But did people lose job? No. Those who changed themselves, they learned the new technology, they survived. Those who were saying, no, I am not going to change myself, I am not going to learn the new technology, this is all waste of time and money, they lost their jobs. So you have to be sure that you change yourself and learn new things every day and every time. Okay, so next, how will AI impact the future? So it's going to change the speed of life. People are going to be fast and they are going to expect faster results. Example, previously people took, if you go to a bank and deposit money, it took almost a day to get that money deposited. As of now, it takes like hardly few seconds. You do a card swipe, the money gets deducted immediately. Technology nahi tha ye. It came in now. It came in some years ago. So that's something that the speed of life has changed. End of privacy. This is a bigger topic that we should be aware about, boys and girls. This is a topic of your own privacy. How many people own a phone? Their own phones? Some of you are quite a lot, right? You guys have your own phones. You chat with people, right? Yes? हाँ, ऐसे no मत बोलना, मुझे पता है किसके साथ chat करते हो. Don't ask me to say that, okay? I am very frank about it and I can start talking about it. I can hack your phones with just few steps. If I know you guys well, if I know how many of you guys have your pins, your last year of birth, no one is going to raise their hand, but self-introspect yourself. कितने लोगों का पासवर्ड वैनिला आइसक्रीम है और पासवर्ड 123 है और 123 है, या खुद का नाम विद स्पेशल स्मॉल स्पेशल कैरेक्टर है, मम्मी का नाम है, पापा का नाम है, गर्लफ्रेंड का नाम है, क्रश का नाम है. Do you have it? Yes. It's yes. It's going to be yes because it's the reality. I can guess your passwords. I can bet on it. 4-digit password होगा तो month and the year of your birth, or you can have a combination of date of birth and your month, or your crush's birthday. That is the only thing that you will have here. I am going to be frank enough. I am going to be frank enough because this is the reality. How many of you people have 1111 as your password? A lot of it. 000, everyone has it. Why do you have such a easy password? Because it's easy to remember numbers. But if I tell you, these are the passwords that are cracked first. It's not just this numbers. I can tell you a lot of combinations. They have a possibility of getting hacked. Okay, so end of privacy, what happens in here? So let us come back to the AI part. AI can predict this part within fraction of seconds. Security is the biggest threat as of now. Artificial intelligence will take your job, but security can take your own identity. Okay, so you have to be reliable and you have to be smart enough to have your passwords changed and taken care about. Now, what does it mean in AI? AI can look in a lot of data. So, technically, I own a Alexa home or Alexa at home. My Alexa cannot collect any kind of data. If I am talking private or something is happening in my room, I turn off the mic for the Alexa. I don't trust Alexa, I turn the Alexa off completely. Why do I do it? Because I don't trust this system. It's not about that is it not good enough or bad enough, no. It's a possibility that it might be listening to everything that you say and it might record everything that you do. Whatever you say, whatever, किसी टीचर को गाली भी मारो ना तो Alexa record करके रख देता है. It's the reality. I'm not trying to scare you, I'm just trying to make you aware about it. So, laws for AI which is going to come in soon, there are laws that are coming in for artificial intelligence, how it has to be used and what are its limitations. And human AI teaming. So, basically people can team up with AI to get a lot of things done. Okay, now what is in it for you guys? करियर भी होना चाहिए ना. AI का इंफॉर्मेशन क्या है? कुछ नहीं काम का. Until and unless you know how do you work around. So there is something called as AI engineers. Okay, artificial intelligent engineers. This is a part of your career scope, and I want you to pay attention if you want to think about or if you want to pursue your career in artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence में career करना difficult नहीं है. It's easy. It's very much easy. And what do they do? So they build AI algorithms, that is they write AI models. So artificial intelligence में it's not just a set of codes, it's a model or it's a way of structure. A data has been structured in certain way. Then building a deep learning neural networks and builds data ingestion and data transformation infrastructure. So a lot of data gets generated every moment. Okay, so there is a fact if you guys are not aware about. In 1990s, our data consumption in India was somewhere around roughly around 25 MB per person. That time we were not even 100 billion people, and that time we were just using 25 MB of data per person. Then in somewhere around 2000s, that changed to somewhere around 500 MB. Okay, that time what used to happen is 1900 to 2000 के बीच में एक 10 रुपए में 100 MB का डेटा मिलता था is what the recharge was. Okay, in my times when I was using my phone, somewhere around 2013, 14, 15, that was still that case. We were 500 MB per person. As of now, हम कितना यूज करते हैं? You know that number has changed to 1.5 GB. That is 3 times. 3 times it has changed all to the ये जो कृपा है ये जियो ने हम पे की है, because Jio started giving it for free and that's where our data consumption and everyone started booming with everyday internet. अभी 1 GB और 1.5 GB का डेटा अपना ऐसे ही खत्म होता है, राइट? एक सीरीज का एक सीजन देखो तो 1.5 GB ऐसे ही खत्म हो जाएगा. दैट्स द केस. घर पे वाईफाई से कनेक्ट करो तो पबजी खेलो या फिर COD खेलो तो आराम से एक अपडेट आ जाता है तो अपना 1.5 GB खत्म हो गया, राइट? Yes, it's very difficult for us to manage with that amount of data. So, as of now, my need for the data has increased. A person is consuming somewhere around in urban areas, where in the cities, okay, the range is somewhere around 2 to 3 GB per day average. Whereas I'll give you one more example now. So I work in a company which is more of not a IT industry. Okay, I'm not even in the IT industry. My company is more into engineering applications. Okay. Now, if you see in my company, there was just a recent issue with our bandwidth. So technically एक दिन में इंटरनेट कितना खर्चा होता है ये हम देखना चालू कर रहे थे. So while looking at it, we came to know that my data for Instagram to my users, okay, we have somewhere around 1,000 people on the floor, is 119 GB per day. सिर्फ 8 घंटा हम लोग काम कर रहे हैं, वो 8 घंटे में 119 GB ऑफ इंस्टाग्राम डेटा, फेसबुक, व्हाट्सएप एंड अदर्स अपार्ट. एक दिन में वो कंपनी में वी स्पेंट अराउंड 1.5 टेराबाइट्स ऑफ डेटा फॉर जस्ट यूजलेस एप्लीकेशंस and somewhere around 2.5 terabytes for the operation and office activities. You can imagine how much data is it coming through. It's a huge amount of data. Now, I have time, right? Yeah. So, moving on to the next part, how do you pursue your career? So, these are the things that you need to be, these are the skills that you need to do. One question, how many people like maths as a subject? सब झूठ बोल रहे हो यार. Okay, how many people score out of out for maths? Okay, so very few people of you score, thank you. So very few people of you are scoring out of out. How many people understand the logic behind it? How many people mug up? मैथ्स वाले सम कितने लोग मगअप करते हैं? हाँ, नॉट गोइंग टू बी AI इंजीनियर. ओके, फॉर आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस पर्सन, ओके, योर बेसिक मैथ्स और एनी काइंड ऑफ मैथ्स, आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट बेसिक्स. हाउ मेनी पीपल लव प्रोबेबिलिटी एज अ चैप्टर, स्टैटिस्टिक्स, अलजेब्रा? ओके. So there are few people, those who like it, those who dislike it. So what happens is, guys, this artificial intelligence is based on maths. If you are good at maths, you are going to be good at your artificial intelligence programming. Programming skills होना ज़रूरी है, but artificial intelligence person or a person who is working as an engineer for a artificial intelligence is not just smart, he has to be logically smart as well. Okay, it's going to be a challenging to do it. So what is the way that you follow here is you complete your, as I told you, it's not a big deal to become an artificial intelligence engineer. Okay, you'll do that regular job day to day, 9 to 5, that's pretty much okay. But if you want to do something new, you have to be smart enough. Example, if you I have charted a course for you, which is the way that you can become an artificial intelligence engineer. Okay, what are the needs? So needs to have a 12th standard degree. Okay, that's your 12th standard. In science, preferably, because you have maths, which gives you the better scope. People, those who have don't want to pursue that or doubtful about it, can also pursue commerce with maths on it. Or even if you pursue arts, but your maths has to be intact. Anytime, every time, any subject you go for, your maths is important. Then you complete your bachelor's degree. Your bachelor's degree, what bachelor's you can do? Engineering karo, BSc karo, BSc IT karo, BSc maths karo, or do anything for that instance. I did my BSc IT, I cleared my MSc IT today. I did 2 degrees, masters cleared today. But if you see, I am going to have a additional degree, but maths agar मैं छोड़ दूँ ना, तो I am useless. As of now, programming is based on maths. Okay, so you have to complete your bachelor's. You can pursue your master's. It's not mandatory, but recommended. Okay, now masters क्यों करना है? Because masters will give you a higher pay. You can grow in a higher way, or your growth in the company, your salary has to increase, right? At the end of the day, money matters. So you have to have that course with a master's degree, and then if you ask me what do I do to become an AI engineer, there is nothing possible. Person like me can become an AI engineer because I need to have a certification or specialization done into it. As of now, there is no certain course. मैं ऐसे नहीं बोल सकता हूँ कि there is a bachelor's in artificial intelligence. Not possible. There is nothing as such called as artificial intelligence engineering. There is no engineering called as data science. No, they are all course based, or they are basically programming language. So I'll come to this part. So certifications in AI and ML, that is artificial intelligence and machine learning. Then you have next one, which is called as your technical skills. These are the skills required for a person to become an AI engineer. That is, you need to know programming. Okay, programming basics se chalu karo. You started from today, you'll learn it for next 2 years or 3 years also, or next 5 years. You'll still have a lot of things to learn. Okay, then you need to know linear algebra, probability and statistics. That's the chapters that we usually don't like, right? So there are the chapters that you need to be very much fluent and precise with them. Okay, then you have a Spark and big data technologies. Now these are basically 2 of the biggest technologies as of now, where you need to take in huge amount of data as an input and produce statistical outputs, or basically produce some insights out of it. Then you have people skills, that are basic people skills. You have to be good at communication, you have to be problem solving ability, you have to have domain expertise. Now, why do you need a domain expert? Example, me, I am working into project management. Now, project management as a outside, if you see, I just do is manage projects. But in project management, if I introduce AI or artificial intelligence, I need to have that expertise about what I need to develop to help me in the artificial intelligence. What if I am going to talk about finance? Finance may be artificial intelligence hai. So what is it that you need there? You need to know what is finance. If you don't know what is finance, how are you going to develop a code, or how are you going to develop a system? So that's the important part. Then you need to have a time management, teamwork and business intelligence and critical thinking ability. Now, critical thinking is one of the core skills for a artificial intelligence person. Okay, the reason being, you need to think 2 steps ahead or maybe 10 steps ahead. क्या possible है, कैसे कर सकते हैं, all that stuff comes under this people skill. Now, you can be what? So what are the possible options you have? You just need to be smart enough. Yes, you don't have to be a developer. You can be a AI architecture as well. Now, what does the architect do? He designs a system. He tells the people how the system can implement in their organization and they be benefited out of it. Or machine learning engineer. Basically, machine learning is an activity that machine has to learn every day, but it has to be taught as well. So that can be done. Data scientists. Okay, this is the new type of scientist which you can use for, and business intelligence developer, which technically analyze and produce key skills for you. Okay, now here, this is our end. This is where the AI, my part completes. Now we come in for our questions. Now we start with you guys. I have been talking a lot. I'm tired now. Your questions. Yes? No questions? Did I teach it so well? No, that doesn't mean I taught it well. You guys were sleeping. Because if I would have taught well, you would have been the people who would be asking me the questions. Topic interesting here, right? Something new. So you see, I have not talked about ChatGPT as a part. I have not focused on one of the technology or one of the point of it. I am just talking generalizing. So AI does not mean just ChatGPT. AI does not mean just facial recognitions. It means a lot. It means a lot of systems are done. You can ask me questions and I can answer you as much as I can. Yes. So we have one other question. Yes, this is good. It's on.
Sir, can we earn through AI? If yes, then how?
So earn in the sense what you mean as a job? Yes, you can earn. Of course, AI कमाने के लिए बना है, right? It's there. Okay, you're right. We can earn, but what is it that we are expecting out of it? Do you want AI to earn for you? Yes, it can do. And if you want to earn through AI, okay, it's also possible. Means what? So a technical engineer of AI who is going to enter into this field and start his career as a AI engineer or maybe artificial intelligence developer or anything is going to range somewhere around starting from minimum 60 to 70,000 Indian rupees per month and can range up to 2 to 3 lakhs per month. I'm talking about per month. So there is a huge variation based on your skills, what you can write, what you can perform, what projects have you worked upon, what is your critical thinking ability. So there are possibilities, and AI can earn for you as well, because if you want to do a business, develop a solution and sell it to everyone, you can earn through that selling of that systems.
Thank you.
Keep the mic.
Is AI a good way to select us in future?
Yes, it's a good way to select, but provided that you are making sure that you study. It's not just about selecting a field and then leaving it between. AI can help you to earn better, or it can be a part of your day-to-day career. You can consider it, but provided you guys love what you do. It's not everyone that will be a AI engineer, or not everyone can be a AI engineer, but of course you can give it a try. You can try for it. If you don't like it, you can skip it always. But yes, it's a good career, because as of now, if you see, your jobs are changing its course. technically your parents are doing a job which is more of pen, paper and a computer, but now the time has changed and computers have taken place of pen and paper. So that will keep on developing or changing. So you need to know AI better. That's always there.
And also, is there danger for future because not only he is taking jobs of humans, also he is, I think, developing his own emotions.
No. So as of now, AI cannot feel anything. वो अभी तक वो चिट्टी वाला चिप बना नहीं है जो इसमें इमोशंस आते हैं.
But jobs,
Jobs, yes, it's taking jobs. It's not taking any jobs. It's just reducing the manpower. So look at it in this way that 10 लोगों का काम करने के लिए एक मशीन है या फिर सिंपल. So पहले ना जो क्वालिटी टेस्ट होता था, एग्जाम्पल फॉर लेट अस से दैट यू बाय समथिंग फ्रॉम द मार्केट, राइट. सो उसका जो क्वालिटी टेस्ट होता था उसमें एक पर्सन होता था जो ईच एंड एवरी प्रोडक्ट चेक करता था. ओके, देन दैट पर्सन बिकम्स एफिशिएंट एंड स्टार्ट्स लुकिंग एट अ लॉट ऑफ इट एंड देन ही कैन पिक अप द राइट एंड द रॉन्ग. As of now, a machine takes a picture, analyzes it, and then discards the same person. Now, a person is doing it for 8 hours. Machine does it for 24 hours. मतलब 3 लोगों का काम वो एक बंदा कर रहा है. That is that machine. So it's of course it's going to take up your job, right? That 2 people are not going to be there. But what you guys can do is, you guys can start learning that machine maintenance. AI को maintain करने के लिए भी एक बंदा चाहिए, वो बंदा तुम बन सकते हो. That person you are going to be.
thank you. And please speak something about IIT.
IIT मतलब क्या करना है, उसमें जाना है कि नहीं जाना है?
जाना है.
Okay. So IIT is basically what? What is the full form of IIT? You know? Indian Institute of Technology. So it is quite similar to your own colleges that you have outside. But what is the difference between it? So the curriculum is different. What AI or basically not AI, IIT does is IIT trains you on multiple topics, making sure that you cover up a lot of things or you cover up a lot of information. Now IIT is just a way to get yourself upgraded. It does not mean IIT नहीं गए तो फिर कहीं पे नहीं, कहीं के नहीं रहेंगे, नहीं. You will be able to do it. Apart from IIT also there is possibilities. I know people those who are not went to IIT but still earn better than IITs. That's possible. So it's about your skills. It's about how much you can learn and how much you can implement is more important. Okay? Yeah. More questions?
Put the mic.
When we ask the question to ChatGPT, does it write its own code?
No. ChatGPT cannot write its own code, but it can write a code.
I asked it a question, write a code for PALGHAR.
It will write a theorem, but उसको किसी ने सिखाया है.
But if we ask many questions, who would have teached him? There are only 400 employees in the ChatGPT.
हाँ, so 400 employees कितने साल से काम कर रहे हैं? You don't know the man hours they have involved in it. Now, what does it? You're right. Your question is right, and it does make sense. किसने इतना पढ़ाया किसने? How did it learn this much, right? So it's not about. If you go to ChatGPT and ask them to answer your question, as of now, current date अगर तुम उसको जाके कुछ भी पूछोगे ना, तो उसका data past है. It cannot give you the updates of last month as well. It will give you a message saying that I have a limited information or I have a limited knowledge access. I have stopped receiving updates from the internet since 2022. So what happened was, I missed out to give you this example. There was a Twitter, सबको पता है, right? Okay. Twitter पे क्या होता है? ट्वीट्स होते हैं, राइट? सो माइक्रोसॉफ्ट डेवलप्ड समथिंग कॉल्ड एज टिया, ओके, TIY something like this. Okay, it's a AI powered chatbot. Okay, now Tia was made to write tweets, but they had not written any algorithm to restrict it from specific terms, or they have kept it open without any boundaries. What happened was Tia at certain point of time turned into violent racist behavior. It was not sympathetic, it was very racist. मतलब अगर कोई बंदा थोड़ा भी उसको डार्क शेड में दिखता है ना, तो वो सीधा बोल देते हैं you're a negro or you're a nigger. It started racism. It looks at a white person and says something else. They had to shut it down, they had to kill that whole code because it was learning. So AI can learn on its own, but it does not mean that it's going to implement that whole learning. It's not going to be self-reliant or self-aware कि मेरे पास इतना knowledge है मैं humans को override करूँ. Not possible. So what it does, ChatGPT as well for that instance, they have a repository, or we call it a library of data. Okay, it has a database with it. Okay, वो database में से वो data उठाती है, okay, and gives you as an answer. Pythagoras theorem Wikipedia पे भी मिलता है. Wikipedia का पेज उसमें कॉपी करके just give you that information to you. Now you think that 400 people have it is, it's not going to be a challenge, because once I open up the boundaries, it starts reading that information and recording it into the computer memories. So it's just that data कितना बड़ा है या फिर कितना ज़्यादा है, that only matters. So that answers your question, right?
About AI architecture in detail.
AI architecture in detail. So you have heard about architecture, right? What are the job of architecture? Yeah. AI architecture. What is it? What do you need understand by architect? Someone who designs, right? ये building किसी architect ने बनाया, right? Someone made this building. Who made this? I don't know. But there was an architect for this building, or any other building for that instance. There is an architect or a person who designs the house itself. So that is what your architecture of AI is going to do. Okay, the architect of AI is going to do is, it's going to start building a specific model or specific business needs. समझ लेगा वो पहले business needs के बाद it will start working as understanding and then designing how the development has to happen, what are the needs of the business, and what is it that the solution can be provided. Yeah, so that's how the architecture will go. More questions? I don't see any girls asking questions. Yeah, come in here.
Sir,
Yes.
is AI able to make time machines?
Not possible. हम नहीं बना सकते तो AI नहीं बना सकते. Quantum computers, no. It cannot make anything. Okay. As of now, AI, okay, is very limited. Quantum computers का concept पता है क्या है? Anyone knows what is a quantum computer? It's nothing. It's a simple computer with a additional processing power. जहाँ पे अपना कंप्यूटर 10 सेकंड लेता है, वहाँ पे क्वांटम कंप्यूटर will be 1 second. That's the only thing. It's just Albert Einstein in our times. It's that smart. That's the only difference. So quantum computers is a concept that has been developed to support AI architecture or AI designs, AI development. Apart from that, quantum computers are not going to be time traveling, or it's not going to help you time travel. Okay, time travel is a concept which is not as of now possible. Maybe in the near future it might be, but it's going to be very difficult to portray when it is possible. Okay, so the need for time travel is very less. By the time you won't be alive for sure, that's the guarantee. Okay, so in next 50 to 100 years we are not going to have any time travel possible. Yes.
Sir, what do you think is AI? human's life or it is more useful?
Affecting in the sense, is it risky for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's not risky. Okay, it's just that you have to be cautious enough because जो चीज़ अच्छे के लिए बनाई है वो बुरे के लिए यूज़ हो सकती है. Something that was made for the purpose of human betterment, okay, can be also used for the worst. Example, you know there is something called as X-ray, right? X-rays is based on what? It's based on radiation, right? Radiation, or its nuclear radiation, if I'm talking about, can be used to kill the whole country of or the city of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, as well as it can be used to do a X-ray to find a bone fracture. X-ray can be used to find a hidden object in a machine as well, okay, but it can also be used as a nuclear weapon to destroy a complete continent and a country. So everything has a pro and a con. So AI also has it, okay, it's going to affect your life, but it is not risky enough. It's not going to take your life, for sure.
As you said, that there are a lot of advantages and as well as
Yes.
disadvantages. What precautions can be taken by us to not fall in that trap?
Okay, so you mean to say in the terms of security, right? Okay, security, how do you secure yourself? So there are few things that you can do always, okay. Securing yourself is not just about securing, it's about understanding how do you secure yourself. अगर कोई सामने से आ रहा है तो हम क्या करते हैं? We don't know that person and we feel threatened. What we do is we run away or we fight. There are two options. You fight, you know you're strong enough to fight, you're going to fight it. You feel weak enough, you're going to run away. So that's the only thing that you do about AI as well. If you don't understand your security threats, if you don't understand what risk you are going to have, you need to make sure that you fly away from it, not fight it. Okay, you know that you can fight it and you can get across. Example, me, for that instance, I could turn off the settings because I have a development background. I know what the system is, where the setting lies. I can do it. I can just turn it off and I'm secured. I have secured myself. I know that this thing, the Alexa listens to me every time. What I did was I just turn off the switch, remove the plug. It's useless. I'll tell you one part of the real factor. There is a movie called as Edward Snowden. Okay, it's a movie based on hacking. Okay, and it's based on U.S. security concerns. Okay, so NSA, National Security Agency of USA, they had this person called as Edward Snowden, who is kind of now, as of now, he should be somewhere around his 30s. 19 years का था जब भी उसने एग्जाम दिया था, okay, for the NSA. Exam was 1 hour 45 minutes. A whole day of the exam was been given in. It was a 5 hours exam. He had to crack a system. He did it in 45 minutes. He was the smartest person in the whole batch. The only thing he was there, he had his self-consciousness. He was aware about what was happening. And what happened was, America started spying. Spying program कैसा था पता है? They did not have anything. They could even log into a computer that is shut down. But it is just connected to a power plug. It can access your data. वो भी कहाँ से? कोई भी application से. They had their own portal. They just put in your name, they search you, and they access your mobiles, they can access your laptops, they can access anything. It's not just USA. You know, remember there was a news called as Pegasus, Israel software or Israel bug, which was applied on our politicians. Some of our politicians were into this. There was an application that can access all the data from your mobile. Encryption, WhatsApp encryption, security, face unlock, nothing works until and unless you know that you are secured enough. You guys chat, okay? The real fact I am going to say. you are going to chat on the Instagram or you are going to chat on WhatsApp, whatever you chat is recorded. It's backed up. WhatsApp says it's secured, okay? WhatsApp says that it is protected, it's encrypted, no one can read it, but yes, it is not encrypted. It is widely available according to the regulations, and as per the government, it can monitor anything. So, ये सारी चीजें सब for the people, layman language, for layman language it's okay. For me, I see the deeper meaning out of it. So there are possibilities that the security will be always a threat, okay? And security is something that you need to be aware about, especially girls, you need to be very sure about it. I'm not joking. As of now, boys and girls, none of you are safe. Drugs से ज़्यादा risk security का होता है. For me, that's the case. People think that drugs they can be controlled. A person can decide to take it or not take it. But how do you decide about not showing yourself naked on the computer? Your mobiles, when you change your clothes, are on the bed, right? A slightest thing can take a picture. A slightest deviation or a slightest angle, कहीं से भी picture निकल सकता है. You have to be sure that you don't have your phones where you are in your bedrooms, and that's how you protect yourself. Protect yourself, be safe about it. Your lives are much more easier for you to live. Okay? Any more questions? I think so. That's it. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, and it was a nice session. Okay, this is something which I wanted to motivate you. So if you see, I do have certifications in AIML. Okay, I have completed some certifications. In total, I have around 12 certifications. Okay, so you can always approach me. My email addresses and mobile numbers are here. Don't spam me because I don't respond to spams. Okay, and I understand how it is a spam. Okay, so try to be sure that whatever you do is for the betterment of yourself. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It's my privilege to call upon Miss Honey Malvi to deliver vote of thanks.
First and foremost, I would like to extend our heartfelt appreciation to Mr. Fraser for graciously accepting our invitation and sharing his relevant knowledge and experience. Thank you, respected principals, teachers, and my dear students for being a part of this event and making it a successful one. Thank you.
Okay. Once again, good morning, everybody. Did you like the lecture? Yes. This was very big.